Hi everybody, and welcome to Methods of Social Work Research. My name is Megan McCoy, and I will be the instructor for this course. Just to get some of the formalities out of the way, you can certainly feel free to call me Megan in any of our communications, via email or phone or in discussion posts. You don't need any titles or anything before my name. I'm actually not a doctor at this point. I'm actually currently a doctoral student, so no need for any formalities in terms of my name. I am really excited to be teaching this course. I very much remember what my experience was with taking research and data analysis courses when I was a master's student, probably about, 14 years ago or so. Definitely remember at that time, having some anxiety related to that. This definitely was, one of the classes that I think myself and many social work students take because it's part of the curriculum and we need to take it, but I think we don't always go into it necessarily feeling excited about that. However, I'm here to tell you that, some probably 14 years later, research is something that has very much become a part of my professional identity and is something that I am very passionate about. And, if you'd asked me when I was a master's student if I ever thought that I would be teaching a course in social work research methods, I would have told you that that was never going to happen. But, things change and we learn through our experiences, and I'll share some of those with you as we go through this course. Just really briefly, a little bit about myself. As I said, I'm currently a doctoral student entering my third year. I also work full-time as the Director of Grant Research and Development for a nonprofit organization in Philadelphia. I work for a nationally accredited senior center and am involved with grant writing and program development and evaluation for our programs. And I also supervise a housing counseling program that we offer. So I wear a couple of different hats there. I also am currently the co-chair of the program committee for the LGBT Elder Initiative in Philadelphia, which is a primarily volunteer-based organization that is working to bridge gaps between the LGBT community and aging services providers in the Delaware Valley region. So a lot of my interests in terms of research actually relate to both aging and the experiences of LGBT older adults, as well as how understanding how aging services providers have historically sort of constructed silences for LGBT older adults and the impact of that, and whether or not things like cultural competency trainings are effective ways to break these silences. So that's really briefly some of my own interests in research, and I'll probably share more about those and some of my experience with various research projects, as we move forward in the course. But I just wanted to give you a little bit of a brief introduction to me. For the rest of this video, I'm going to focus on reviewing the syllabus, just so everybody is on the same page as we move forward. And then also get into the week 1 assignments and expectations around those. So this is the homepage for the course, and I'm assuming that this is not that you've taken other courses in this program, but if you haven't, just to give you an idea of how the main page of the course is laid out, you have an introductory video that you'll watch this week. If you scroll down, you'll see this Getting Started section, and this is everything you need to know to get started in the course. You have your syllabus, which I'm going to go through briefly in a minute, your course schedule, which is a really great tool to print out and sort of keep close by to your computer to keep you on track for the semester. You have when is work due, an overview of the research slides for this week and for the course. Communications and community. This is a really important part of this course. This is how one of the primary ways that we'll be communicating with one another. The announcements feature in the course every week. Typically on Monday, I will be posting an announcement for the week, which will typically include a video that will include information regarding the course content for the week. It may be an overview. I may highlight key concepts that I want you to focus on or be aware of in the readings and the videos for the week. It may also include an overview of assignments that are due that week and my expectations for those, particularly a little bit later in the semester when we get into some of the larger assignments. We also have the student lounge, which is a place for you all to connect with one another a little bit more informally. This is more for you to connect, a little more casually and socially, and is not something that I'm monitoring in terms of grading or anything like that. Also really important is the Ask the Instructor forum. I anticipate in this class that you are all going to have questions as we go through the material. I know when I've taken research classes, I definitely have had questions. So there are no stupid questions. If you have one, post it in the Ask the Instructor forum and I will respond. And I think this is a great way for us to all learn from one another, because chances are if you have a question about something, somebody else either has a similar or a related question, and we can all learn from each other in that way. So this is a really important feature, I think, in this class, more than most classes. I also, the Big Blue Button Student Lounge is also a way that you can connect with one another if you choose to do so. I will be using the Big Blue Button virtual office hours for my office hours in this course. This is my first time using that feature, so you may have to bear with me in the beginning, but I'm looking forward to being able to hold office hours in real time. The way that will work is that office hours will be held for 1 hour every week at the time designated on my instructor block for the course. I will be logged into Big Blue Button, and you're not required to attend my office hours, but it is an opportunity for you if you have questions that you'd like answered in real time or things you'd like to discuss. It is an opportunity for us to do that. And if you haven't used Big Blue Button before, it works somewhat similarly to this video presentation, where we'll be able to see one another and hear one another, and or we can also communicate via instant message. But it will be in real time, which I think is a really great feature and a great way to be able to communicate. I also will record those sessions so that if you miss them, you can watch them. In case there may be something that's helpful for you as well. And in some weeks, depending on how things go, some weeks I may just be available to field questions as you all throw them at me. Other weeks, if I see that maybe a number of students are having a challenge with a particular concept, I may actually do a presentation on various topics during that time. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm excited to use that feature in this course. Big Blue Button is also available for one of the assignments that you all will be doing this semester, which is going to involve working in pairs, and we'll talk more about that as it gets a little bit closer. But a Big Blue Button is also a way for you to communicate with your partner on the assignment that you're going to be working on for the course. And there are instructions here and a list of best practices for using Big Blue Button. Finally, if we scroll down here, you will see the assignments for the course, and if you click on any of these, you will get a more detailed description of what is required. I'm going to talk about the week 1 assignments in a separate video that I'll be posting after this video. And then as we get closer to the assignments due in weeks 4, 5, and 6, I will discuss those in more detail. Okay. Next, I'd like to sort of briefly review the syllabus with you, just to highlight a few key areas, because you can certainly read through this on your own. But as you probably know, this course is the first of a 2-semester sequence of research courses. And we are primarily going to be focusing on general research methods and how these are applied to social work. So we'll be introducing you to the scientific method, to culturally competent research, understanding protection of human subjects, different types of experimental research designs, evidence-based research, elements of measurement, sampling, how you develop and construct surveys and questionnaires, as well as qualitative data collection methods. The practice behaviors and course objectives that we're addressing are listed here, and I'll let you read those on your own. The required text. It's actually a really great little book, and I say little because it is actually very thin, and is exactly what the title says. It's a primer for critiquing social research. And what this book does is really gives you a nice set of tools to help guide you through critiquing research. And I'm excited to use this text because I think it is going to be incredibly useful to you. And I actually wish I had a text like that when I was getting my master's degree. So I'm looking forward to that. If you haven't ordered it yet, I would suggest doing so because we do have 3 chapters to read in book 1. So the course requirements, similar to other courses: satisfactory attendance, meeting appropriate academic ethical standards, demonstrating that you have read the required readings, participation in class activities, and a grade of B or better in the course. Additionally, this course is also really a chance to enhance your academic writing and critical thinking skills. If writing is something that you know you have some challenges with, I would definitely recommend getting in touch with the Writing Center sooner rather than later. There is a link to the Writing Center listed under Student Resources in this course. So if you feel like that's something that would be useful to you, I would encourage you to take advantage of that sooner rather than later. Course policies. So, of course, it's expected that you're adhering to the Widener Student Handbook and the MSW Student Manual with regard to standards for academic integrity. We will be using, as in all of the courses, I believe, the APA 6th edition as a resource for correctly citing sources and for paper formats. Additionally, it's a violation of the standards of academic integrity to use someone else's work or to submit that in a course. We have some resources available under student resources regarding how to avoid plagiarism, so please make sure you review those. You know, I don't expect that anyone is intentionally seeking to plagiarize anything, but please review those sections under student resources so that you understand how you can avoid that. Online attendance, you're expected to interact weekly and to post and respond on time. Missing posts, responses, and assignments will affect your grade. You know, I expect that you're adhering to the submission timelines outlined in the course. Typically, you have an initial discussion post due on Thursday evenings at 11:59 p.m., and then your response to your classmates' posts is typically due on Sunday evening at 11:59 p.m. And unfortunately, because this is a short course and we have a lot to address in 7 weeks, you know, I'm not really able to have much flexibility with that. So I would ask that you please adhere to those deadlines. Again, make sure you're submitting assignments and uploading them in the appropriate Dropbox in the course site. I think those are clearly marked, but if anyone has any questions, you know, please feel free to email me. You know, make sure you're in the right location when you're submitting assignments, and I think the course lays that out fairly clearly, but just make sure you're uploading things where they belong. Again, lateness of assignments, you're expected to turn all assignments in on time. I really am not able to have all that much flexibility with that, again, because this is a short course, and if you get behind, it's going to become very difficult to get caught up. That said, you know, I do understand as a student and someone who works full-time myself that sometimes challenges do arise. You know, I understand that people also have family responsibilities. The main thing that I will emphasize here is communication with me. If you anticipate that you are going to have a challenge submitting something on time, my expectation is that you will communicate that to me ahead of time to the extent that you can. I mean, I understand that if there's an emergency, sometimes there are emergencies that you can't foresee, but that should, you know, not be the norm. That should be the exception. So again, if you anticipate having a challenge submitting something on time, please communicate that to me. The best way to reach me, again, is through the Engage email system. I do my best to respond to emails within 24 hours during the week. I do work full-time, so I'm not always sitting at my computer, you know, able to respond to you in real time, but I typically check my email several times throughout the day and I'm able to respond to you within 24 hours. If you email me after 5 p.m. on Friday, it may take me a bit longer to respond to you, but even then, typically I will respond to you by Sunday evening. And let's see, I think the rest of that you can all read through on your own.